For months, the inner sanctums of the photography and filmmaking world have been buzzing with an intense, almost frantic energy, because whispers from Tokyo suggest that Canon is quietly preparing to unleash a machine that will completely obliterate the boundaries of modern imaging. A camera bearing a designation that has haunted rumor forums and creator wishlists for years, the legendary and heavily anticipated Canon EOS R4. If you scan the current landscape of high-end mirrorless technology, you realize that professionals are constantly forced into making brutal compromises, choosing either blistering speed and high frame rate tracking or massive, ultra-high resolution detail for commercial studio work. But what if a single body completely erased that compromise? What if Canon took everything they learned from the powerhouse architecture of the R3, combined it with the pixel-peeping dominance of high-resolution rivals, and engineered a hybrid monster designed to utterly dominate the market? That is the exact promise surrounding the Canon EOS R4, a camera that has transformed from a quiet industry rumor into the single most anticipated piece of unreleased hardware in the entire digital photography ecosystem. Think about how rapidly the industry has evolved over the last few years. Creators in the United States and across the globe are demanding more from their gear than ever before, pushing sensors to their absolute physical limits with heavy 8K workflows, complex AI-driven autofocus tracking, and rigorous multi-hour commercial shoots that destroy lesser bodies through overheating. Yet, right in the center of this technological arms race, Canon has played their cards remarkably close to their chest, letting anticipation reach a boiling point while insiders scramble to decode patent filings, supply chain leaks, and factory blueprints. Today, we are taking an uncompromising, deep-dive look into the truth behind the Canon EOS R4, dissecting the groundbreaking sensor technology, the revolutionary thermal management systems, the jaw-dropping video specifications, and whether this upcoming release is about to completely redraw the battle lines against Sony and Nikon. So lock in completely, because once you hear what is actually hiding inside this upcoming flagship body, you will look at camera evolution in an entirely different light. To truly grasp why the tech community is losing its mind over the prospect of the EOS R4, we have to look back at the evolutionary ladder that brought Canon to this exact precipice. Canon has always understood how to build iconic tools that define generations of image makers, from the legendary days of professional DSLRs to the aggressive, high-speed rollout of their RF mount mirrorless system. When they introduced the EOS R3, they gave sports and wildlife shooters a taste of blazing fast stack sensor technology and eye-control autofocus that felt straight out of a science fiction movie. But there was always a distinct lane separation. If you wanted mind-bending resolution for massive landscape prints or high-end commercial advertising, you looked toward alternative systems or higher-tier resolution compromises. Meanwhile, creators who embrace the hybrid lifestyle, those who need to switch effortlessly between shooting crisp 80-megapixel still frames and capturing cinematic 8K motion footage, have been waiting for a unified flagship that bridges the gap without breaking a sweat. That exact market pressure is why the EOS R4 carries such immense psychological and professional weight. It isn't just another incremental update meant to refresh a product line. It is positioned as a generational leap, a direct response to the shifting demands of modern commercial studios, high-end wedding cinematographers, and elite content creators who refuse to carry two different camera systems